Let's walk through those few months. This awful thing happens. This beautiful restoration happens. That's a lot to process, emotionally, spiritually, in your marriage, family.
Yes.
What was the kind of the walking out of that, and then you're still waiting for the surgery. So how what are you thinking? Are you feeling any fear? Is that, when you've come that close to death, it's like, is there any fear? Is that, what, walk us through those?
I'd say all of it. I think when your greatest fear happens, there's like an extinguishing that happens to fear, but then there are things you just can't forget. So I would have these images in my head, which typically is a lot of healing. If you've done any kind of therapies or anything with the brain, your body typically can detox those traumas while you're sleeping. So I would see that played over and over again, finding him, what he looked like, all of that. And I had a lot of fear because I could not, for those few months, he had very specific ways he could only sleep. I was not sleeping because of fear. I would say in my marriage, it was never better, never sweeter, because we were together,
Which is rare as well that Luke was home.
All of it, all the lining up, all of it is so the Lord. So I would say our family got so close because even our other children, they understand that nothing is impossible for God at those ages. And to see that played out in their life of just going to God and asking for their needs and expecting God to show up has wrecked me. And so there's this beauty and this pain in that season, but how God is just so near to the brokenhearted. So he was so close to me in that time because I was so desperate, so needy, so hungry, so thirsty. And so he did fill me with supernatural strength and healing. And, it took, I would say, a few years to completely heal from the trauma of it, to extinguish the fear. Like I had another baby after. That's a big feat because of the fear of, would this next baby have a skull issue? Would this next baby have what the doctors call near SIDS? That's the best way they can describe death to life in the health community. But God is so gentle and so powerful. So that's what I learned in that experience was I saw the power of God, but then I saw the Jesus that cried when Lazarus died. Before he did the miracle. He knew he was going to do it, but first he cried. Because the women were disappointed in Jesus, right? Like, where were you? He loved Lazarus. And I experienced Jesus in his power, literally the Lion and the Lamb. And the love grew. My heart just grew so much more in love with him, seeing those attributes. He's not trying to push me through to the other side. Like, he is Emmanuel, God with us, and he is walking with you, and he is providing. Even when you're like, I just want to get over there. I just want to be healed. I just want to not have any fear. Then you don't need God. Like, if you're not hungry, you won't be filled. If you're not thirsty, like I just was in severe hunger and thirst and desperate. And that is where God just comes on in.